picking it off. Vikings win it by 10. How about the Ravens? They just stayed out on the West Coast.
Yeah,
they went from Denver to Oakland. Derek Carr had that bad hand after the injury against Cincinnati on opening day, but looking just fine, thank you. Amari Cooper, 68 yards in the score.
Rookie from Alabama. He's going to be a great one.
Remember, they didn't even run a play in Cincinnati territory until the fourth quarter last week, so getting off to a fast start was nice. Fourth quarter, Ravens ball, down 30-23. 4th and 1, Joe Flacco, we're just plunging forward, taking the shove, moving on with 8 minutes to go. Then Lorenzo, Taliaferro, back healthy, nice cut. And we're tied at 30. Next Raiders possession. Carr underthrows it and picked off by Will Hill.
Somebody tackle him.
Carr has receivers this year.
So with less than 5 minutes to go, the Ravens are in good shape. Now 3rd and 8. You had Steve Smith just take it down.
Only 1 foot in. This is not college. You got to have them both in.
So they had to settle for a Justin Tucker field goal and a 3-point lead, but that keeps the door open for the Raiders. Trying to get Jack Del Rio his first win as a head coach. Carr. Michael Crabtree, look at the tipping toes.
Good job, Crab.
You had Crab and Amari Cooper to that receiving core, and now you're legit.
He had 9 grabs, a $111, and a score. 2 plays later, under 45 ticks to go. Carr looking for Michael Rivera, and it is picked by Will Hill again. However,
laundry on the field.
Hold the phone.
Don't worry about the fumble. It's defensive holding. So the Raiders keep the ball. And so, Carr, who are you going for? Of course, that would be Seth Roberts. Why wouldn't you go for him?
Go win a game.
Carr threw for 351 and 3 scores, and Oakland wins a barn burn.
All right, so no Johnny Manziel, though. He's back on the bench. Josh McCown healthy. So is Derek Carr. And he's been off to a pretty good start this season,
so
thanks
is
to that
Amari
man there,
Cooper.
Amari Cooper. They have formed a nice connection early on here. 3rd and 8 for Derek Carr. And he's got Cooper. Cooper's got the first down and more. He goes down inside the 25-yard line.
What's scary is Amari, the quarterback Carr was waiting for him. As they continue to move on, he won't be waiting. That ball will be there once he comes out of the break.
So Oakland up 3-0, and there's Carr to Cooper again. Goes for 40. First down Raiders. That drive ended in another Sebastian Janikowski field goal. All right, 5 plays later. 2nd and goal here. And there's Andre Holmes. Carr to Holmes, and it's 10-0 Raiders. Next Raiders possession. All right, here we go. On 1st and 10, Carr to Seth Roberts, and he goes down the right side, 36 yards.
Carr just looks more comfortable, more confident each and every week he gets out on the football field.
Yes, he does. And give the offensive line credit. They're giving him time. The receivers are running good routes. There's some good play calling here, and you're seeing him spread the ball around, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah, Andre Holmes, Seth Roberts, they're in the end zone. The Raiders are up 17-3 at the half. Now up 20-3. Here's Josh McCown. Finds Gary Barnidge for a 6 yards going forward on 4th and 2. Drive is alive. We're moving 6 plays later. 3rd and 1. McCown to Barnidge again. He gets into the end zone.
That's a good play by McCown. He cleared obviously the pass rush coming outside from Mack, was able to deliver the ball and make a good play there.
That's Barnidge's first TD since 2013. 10-point deficit here, but Josh McCown, Carr, in the shotgun finds Marcel Reese, rather. He goes 55 yards down the sideline.
Marcel Reese, a unique weapon, though. Out of the backfield, you can split him out, and he's great after the catch.
So 4th quarter, that set up a Latavius Murray touchdown, by the way. The Raiders are up 27-13 now here. Carr to Cooper. He fumbles. It's recovered by John Hughes. All right, the Browns back in business. They get the ball. The Raiders side of things at the 44, march their way down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. McCown to Travis Benjamin, who stretches it across.
Does it again.
And now the lead is just 7 for the Raiders. All right, so the Raiders forced to punt on their next possession. 4 minutes left. Travis Benjamin, so dangerous, calls for the fair catch, but muffs it. And it's recovered by Nyron Ball.
That is a costly.
He has been their offense
turnover
the last couple of weeks, so let's cut him some slack here for one boo-boo.
Yeah, tough time to lose the ball there down the fourth quarter with a chance.
He's given a lot more than he's taken so far this season for the Browns.
True for sure. All right, so the Browns do get the ball back now, looking to tie up the game, a 3rd and 14. And they started that drive deep in their own end and started marching down, but the comeback would end in the hands of
First
Charles
ballot
Woodson.
Hall of Famer, my book. I'm not a voter.
First career interception for Charles Woodson.
He's the
and
man.
the Raiders 2-1 to start the season. They're beating the Browns 27-20. Well, I guess it is officially autumn, right? And the autumn wind is a Raider heading into Chicago as the Blackhawks hanging out with the Stanley Cup there, defending champs in the NHL.
Hey, Jay Cutler.
Inspiring the Bears, perhaps, and Jay Cutler in the starting lineup.
They came out frisky today. Jay Cutler was on point.
They're finding Eddie Royal for the touchdown, and the Bears are on top early to start, but Robbie Gould has that extra point blocked by Danico Autry.
I truly believe that I have a fantasy curse. Everybody I choose for my team does something horrible. Something horrible happens. I think I'm going to quit fantasy football.
You're 4 weeks and done?
Yeah, I think I'm going to forfeit.
Second quarter, we'll give you another shot here. Raiders ball, Derek Carr going deep for Amari Cooper. We're down 2 sideline photographers, but I think we have a touchdown, guys.
Yeah, I think he has a touchdown, and he picked up like the 8-10 split of photographers in the end zone.
8-10. Initially called an incompletion, but Jack Del Rio says, I want to challenge this thing. I think our rookie receiver got it. And
It's a close one, but he got it down.
That right foot, the foot was still down as he was catching it.
Right, the plant foot.
Yeah.
It was close.
It was really close. Overturn. Give Amari Cooper another touchdown on the season. And we've got a Raiders lead. And we're adding to the lead now as Roy Halou goes in for a 4-yard touchdown. That after a Cutler mishandled snap, guys. So there's a turnover there for the Bears. Raiders on top 14-6. Back comes Cutler, though. And where was the defense?
He was covering Martellus Bennett. I don't know, but he got open, and Jay saw him.
It was the autumn wind. That's who was covering.
I'm not saying Jay has a favorite target, but he did throw the ball 13 times to Martellus Bennett in this game.
Yeah, 5-yard score had the Bears within a point. Next Raiders possession, and Carr picked off by Pernell McPhee.
Certainly not his fault on this one. Got to catch the ball, son.
Latavius Murray has this one go right through his hands, really right off his hands, and into the waiting arms of Pernell McPhee. He'll take it.
It's not December, but it's a gift.
Led to a Robbie Gould field goal. Bears on top 16-14 at the half. Coming out in the fourth quarter here. Raiders ball down 19-17, and this is Latavius Murray again, contributing to another turnover. This is a pitch, and it just drops it. Ball security, young fella. And Sam Acho recovers it. And on the next Bears possession, you see here, that's got to kill you.
Yeah.
Carr and Murray talking it over, trying to figure it out. Said, hey, we're still in this thing. But Jay Cutler going to try to put him out. 3rd and 1. Cutler. And he is picked off by Charles Woodson.
You know, that was probably the only reason for the incoming graphic for this game was because of Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a Raider.
A Pirate. 6th career interception in 8 games at Soldier Field. Hard. Penalty was on the Raiders after the pick, so it backed them up a little bit. Next Raiders possession, Carr throwing to Crabtree. He's got him for 13. Jay Cutler just watching here as he just threw that pick. So 9 plays later on a 4th and 3. Janikowski goes 41 yards and good. And the Raiders back on top 20-19.
All these missed field goals today around the NFL, but Seabass, no worries.
Steady. Dead red. Steady as they come. Jay Cutler trying to engineer the comeback with under 2 to play. There's another one to Martellus Bennett. He gained 7.
11 of those 13 targeted passes.
That a 4th and 5. So here's the 1st and 10, 6 plays later. Under a minute to play. Cutler to Marcus Wilson.
Nice ball.
Got it for a gain of 9.
If he could just make those throws consistently and his guys could catch them.
So that, of course, setting up Robbie Gould.
Robbie
Here you
Gould.
go, Lamar.
We are.
49-yard field goal attempt.
Let's go, Robbie.
For the win.
Make us look good.
With a little bit of wind, as you see on the ribbons.
Go ahead and kick it.
And he's done that before at Soldier Field. The veteran nails it. Bears with their first win of the season, their first of the John Fox era. Cutler back in the starting lineup, 28-43, 281 and 2 touchdowns. As you said, DJ, 11 catches for Martellus Bennett. had the one score, and the Bears, winners 22-20. All right, the Broncos, they always crush the Raiders by an average of 21 in those 7 wins. How about the 97 Heisman Trophy finals won by Seawood? Manning's there, Leaf's there, and the sunglass Randy Moss. Seawood, he just turned 39 this week, but no picks against Peyton.
He's eluded me for 18 years, and it'd be great, you know, it'd be even better, you know, if we can come out with the victory, but man, it'd be great to get my hands on one of Peyton's balls.
Well, guess what? End of the first half, Broncos going in for the score. Who got him, Prime?
Seawood, one of the best to ever do it, baby. You can at least get one of the two. You get the picks, you definitely ain't getting the win.
That's number 63 in his career. On to the second half. Manning looking deep downfield and he got him again.
That is a great play.
Wow.
That's a great.
That's big time.
He's one of the best to ever do it.
Wow.
Now tied with Ed Reed for the 6th most in NFL history. 64 career INTs for the future Hall of Famer. On to the fourth. Raiders down just 2. Derek Carr gets it picked off. And that's Chris Harris going for a pick 6.
He's out of there.
How good is this Denver defense? Number 1 in the league coming in.
Oh, it's good. They can lock you down on the corners, and they can pass rush, too, to help them out.
Key defensive scores in week 1. Chargers and Raiders. Winner of this one gets to play in L.A. next year. First Chargers possession. Billy Ribb, who threw for 503 last week. Hit drill, picked off by Malcolm Smith, former Super Bowl MVP. Gets it down to the 2-yard line where Latavius Murray would punch it in. Rivers threw for 336, 3 scores, 2 INTs on this day. Guys, Amari Cooper is a bad man.
He's a beast now.
Watch this.
And he's got a guy to get him the ball, too.
On 3rd and 14, Derek Carr. Go get it, young man. And he did. That's a gain of 44.
That defensive back should be slapped.
Well, look at this.
That's the same.
Beautiful.
That's what I mean.
So the Raiders would lead it 23-3, and then it's Carr swinging on out to Cooper.
That big lineman hunted then, baby.
Oh, right there. That move is great.
This combination.
Capital S. Special.
Guys, did you see the lineman? Watch the lineman get out. Let's make note. Look at the big fella moving it.
All right.
Move right here. Here it is. Oh, man. You can't coach that. That boy get out the bed with that, people. You ready?
5 catches, 133, and that touchdown for Cooper. And the Raiders end up winning 37-29.
And let's check in on the Jets and Raiders. And this young man is having a heck of a year. Derek Carr on a roll. And he made big plays. He made plays today. Carr, Michael Crabtree, he's gone.
They have a nice tandem.
This is the best Lambeau leap of the season. Show it.
Would you love this, don't you? He cheated you. But you know what? Derek Carr right back at it. This time, Andre Holmes.
What's up, Holmes?
This is a Jets defense that gave Tom Brady fit.
Carr, 23 of 36 for 333 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ryan Fitzpatrick going in a different direction. Fitzpatrick 3-0 in his career against the Raiders. Fitzpatrick, first quarter, Jets opening drive.
Get out of there.
And then he decides to run. Get down.
How about
Get down.
slide? How about slide feet first?
Injures his hand on the play. Take another look. Charles Woodson doing the damage.
You just grabbed it.
Torn ligaments in his thumb. He's done for the day, and you know what that means?
I don't know where the ring. Did you just say where the ring on his head?
Geno Smith, though. Geno Smith coming in the game. Come on, Prime. Geno there.
I believe in Geno.
But Charles Woodson also believes in him, too.
Another pick by the old man.
It's all right, Geno.
Geno ties Ken Riley for 5th most all-time interceptions with 65. Charles Woodson, I'm sorry. Charles Woodson.
Geno time.
No, I said Geno.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, but that was a good one. He said Geno time.
Geno ties him.
I think that offensive line like
Tough day.
Mariota over the middle. It is caught for the touchdown. Tipped and caught by Craig Stevens. Stevens maintaining the concentration, tips the ball in the air, is able to bring it in for the touchdown. For the Raiders. Carr on the move, throwing, end zone, caught, touchdown. You can see both feet down, goes to the ground and finishes it. The ball doesn't move. Textbook by Crabtree. Carr stepping up, throwing, complete to about the 22 with his receiving yards today. Now an Oakland rookie record, 3rd and 8. Carr looking left, throwing, that's complete. Seth Roberts, touchdown. Tremendous that Roberts is able to keep his balance in these conditions, and touchdown Raiders. 2nd and 7. Mariota gonna loft it to the end zone. Caught, the penalty marker is thrown, touchdown, Harry Douglas. So Harry Douglas going up for the ball. He's getting knocked to the ground, is still able to come up with that catch, still able to keep his feet in bounds. Jeremy Ross going to get a chance to run this one back from the 1-yard line. Can't break it to the outside, lost the football. Inside the 20, and the Titans say they have it. And they do. Important for Tennessee to pick up some yards here.
Far sideline intercepted. Picked off by David Emerson, who lost the ball on the ground. Who's got it?
Looks like the Titans got it.
Tennessee. Antonio Andrews, no. Mariota keeps it, throws, touchdown. Fowler. Carr going to the end zone. It is caught by Seth Roberts for the touchdown.
And that's his 2nd TD catch of the day. Well, and the Titans just went to 4 verticals, and you put the stress on the safety to make that decision.
Mariota. And this one is intercepted. Picked off by Nate Allen.
What a big game here at Heinz Field. Raiders and Steelers. Steelers legend, Pirate superstar Andrew McCutcheon, they're hanging out. Franco Harris as well. How about Amari Cooper? More receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns than all other rookie first-rounders. Fine. There's another for you from Derek Carr. 15-yard score.
Nice tandem there.
All alone, Lamar. How'd he get there?
Well, you look at the coverage. They got crossed up. They did a crossing route. Guy that's supposed to be dropping back in coverage was standing there watching. Easy catch and throw.
4th TD of the season for Cooper. And the Steelers find themselves down 14-11 here. Under 4 to play in the half. And Antonio Brown getting in for Ben Roethlisberger, 41-yard gain.
What a nice grab over the shoulder. What a nice ball. The only way he could get a hold of it.
LeVar, 10 catches, 180 yards for Brown in the first half.
In the first half.
Still going. 4 plays later, Steelers going for it on 4th down from the 3.
Well, now that seems like a really big pickup for them this offseason, having D'Angelo now that Le'Veon Bell is out for the year.
Another big game for D'Angelo Williams, 3-yard score. Steelers going to the half leading 21-14. 2nd TD of the game there for D'Angelo. 4th quarter now. We're tied at 21. Roethlisberger finds Martavis Bryant. Check the move.
Look
1.
at the move.
Check the move. 2.
Look at the move.
And gets into the end zone. This after he had a couple of drops early in the game, atoning there to put the Steelers up 28-21.
Oh, know where your help is.
And that's the legend, Charles Woodson. Got him. Touchdown. Bryant, 4th TD of the season. This after he missed.
There's a reason why we're showing the kickoff.
Tywan Jones fields the kickoff, fumbles after he gets a big hit by Roosevelt Nix. Recovered by Anthony Chickalo at the 6. A good field position for the Steelers. Remember, Tywan had that big run against the Jets a week ago. Couldn't follow it up this week, and Roethlisberger capitalizes on the field position, finds Jesse James, of course.
Yeah, Penn Stater.
In the back of the end zone, 4-yard score. First career touchdown for James. Don't mess with him, right? 35-21 Steelers lead.
Nice sidestep.
Latavius Murray was dealing with an injury in this one, so you got Jameis Olawale, 19 yards on the TD. Raiders down 35-28. Next Steelers possession, Roethlisberger sacked by Aldon Smith, but that's the least of the
I guess every time quarterbacks get sacked now and get hurt, it's going to be a dirty play, I guess.
Roethlisberger's left foot rolled up on, as you're going to see.
That's Aldon Smith?
Yep. Oh, just kind of crunched.
Yeah, he went down on it.
And this is after he'd just been back after the left knee injury. Can't put any weight on it. He'd have to be carted off the field into the locker room. He'd later leave Heinz Field early. Further evaluation on that left foot at a local hospital. Yeah,
it's football.
Tough game, and Steelers finding that out this year in a number of ways. Up 35-28, though. And the Raiders punting.
Well, one good mess up on special teams deserves another, I guess.
Antonio Brown muffs the punt. Just getting this in, a foot sprain for Ben Roethlisberger, so we'll see how long, if at all, that keeps him out. But this was a tough break here for the Steelers, as they were looking to go up 2 scores, but Brown gives it back to the Raiders, and Derek Carr is going to capitalize. Amari Cooper? No. Catches it out of bounds.
He caught it. Kid can play some football, man.
He did. Look at that. Left cleat.
Close.
Yes.
Almost drug it.
Out of bounds.
That's one of those transitional catches right there. When he starts making those on a consistent basis, you know what it is.
And next play, though, the Raiders will not capitalize. Looking for Clive Walford as Derek Carr, but instead he is picked off by Ross Cockrell. Second pick of the season for Cockrell. And the Steelers kind of breathe a little bit as the Raiders were driving to tie this thing up. So Landry Jones in the ball game, folks, for the injured Roethlisberger. And finds Antonio Brown for a big first down on 3rd and 11. Offensive pass interference, though, called on Marcus Wheaton. That would nullify that 3rd down conversion. Steelers would be forced to punt.
They weren't able to breathe very long.
Right, so the Raiders get the ball back. Deep inside Steelers territory here, and Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. Tell you what.
To Michael Crabtree.
He's doing it week in and week out.
38-yard score. I'll tell you what, Michael Crabtree signed very late in the free agency period. A lot of teams passed on him.
Slow start to the year, but he seems to be coming on and being a very nice compliment to Amari Cooper.
Perfect throw, though, by Derek Carr. One of his 4 touchdowns on the game. Next possession, though, for the Steelers. They had some time left. So here's Landry Jones to Antonio Brown.
This is
over 200 yards
amazing
already.
run for Antonio Brown after the catch, but give credit where credit is due. The offensive line did their best to pick up the blitz, giving Landry Jones that opportunity to throw the ball.
That's a good point. Brown, 17 catches, 284 yards. Both of those stats, franchise records. Raiders in disbelief as Chris Boswell is on for what would be a game-winning 18-yard field goal. And it is, as time expires. Steelers, big win.
I know there's no moral victories and losses, but the Raiders played a well of a game today.
Well, they've been playing well all season under Jack Del Rio, but they fall to 4-4 with the loss. Steelers move now a game over 500.
What about the Broncos? No Peyton for the 4th straight game. How's that walking move? How is that walking move? So Brock trying to become the first quarterback since Big Ben 10 years ago to win his first 4 starts. Had guys open in the red zones like Virgil Green. They had to settle for 4 McManus field goals instead. Raiders held to minus 12 total yards in the first half, but down just 12 zips. Yep. 3rd quarter, Derek Carr, Seth Roberts, who's really been coming on the last few weeks. Anybody have him on this fantasy team for the playoffs? Didn't think so.
Amari Cooper.
Oh, gosh.
Where is he at?
Then it's Osweiler, Demarius Thomas. He's got a case of the cough season.
Charles Woodson is always there to pick up the fumbles.
Wait a second. Charles Woodson, a former Heisman Trophy winner?
Is that the theme today?
Well, yeah. All right, Mooch, we're halfway through the show, and you're finally figuring this out?
Yep.
There it is!
There it is.
He bested Peyton Manning that year.
I graduated high school.
Oh, my God. Get out of here. Then Carr, sacked by Barrett. That's a 12-yard loss.
Bad sack on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, so the Raiders are out of field goal range. They have to punt. Well, 2 Broncos drives later. Osweiler hit by Khalil Mack. Oh, no!
Khalil Mack.
Oh, no!
Hey, Mack is the truth.
What a game he had today.
Yeah, Denver recovered, so that's a safety. So Oakland's down 12-9. Mack with 5 sacks. 5 sacks.
5.
That's
You have 5
He
sacks.
leads the NFL with 14 going into the Sunday night game.
Oh,
Then
no.
Emmanuel Sanders coughs it up on a punt. John Condo, I have a nice condo down there in Denver. He recovers it, and Jack Del Rio's pumped up because his team's in the red zone. Then it's Carr, Michael Rivera.
They fake the bubble screen and they put it up in the seam. Well-designed play. Take the lead.
Now they went for 2 because Condo hurt his shoulder, and so they didn't trust anybody else to long snap it. They missed on the 2-point conversion, so all Denver needed was a field goal to tie. Well, ensuing Denver possession, Brandon McManus from 49. Doink! Wow. That really could have backfired on the Raiders, although I guess Jack Del Rio had no choice since his long snapper was injured. In the meantime, Vernon's Davis, are you kidding me? On 4th and 5.
Start that mess, Vernon.
Oh, yeah. So the Raiders regain possession, but they would be forced to punt. Then it's Osweiler looking for Sanders. Did he get it? No, ruled incomplete. You take another look, and the big hit by T.J. Terry. Gary Kubiak's thinking to himself, all right, it's 4th and 12. What do I call here? That would be, please don't. They're rushing 2 guys. 3, kind of.
Well, he just thought nobody.
That was actually an impressive toss, but that'll do it.
Big
Osweiler loses for the first time as a starter. Del Rio gets a big win. First time in their last. Packers, by the time they hit the field against the Raiders, they had qualified for the postseason party. Former teammates going at it. And Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, very similar stats this year. Who's the 2-time MVP?
Not touchdowns and interceptions.
All right, first quarter. Derek Carr in a scoreless game looking for Clive Walford. But it's Micah Hyde picking it off.
Cover 2-man underneath played that really well.
He's a punt return guy, so he's got good return skills.
He got to get in there.
He doesn't get in, but watch this.
You got to get in.
Watch this. Help me out. And whee! Except that's a penalty.
How's that a penalty?
It is because it's teammates helping you celebrate. They eventually scored a touchdown. It didn't matter.
What's that basketball team in college that do all the stuff on the sideline?
Oh, yeah, they're good. From Monmouth, they're very fun.
I love them, man.
They should get a bye into the second round of the NCAA tournament.
Just to let them in there.
Yeah. DeMaurice Randall, by the way, that's a pick 6 and making it 14-zip. Hey, didn't these 2 teams play in Super Bowl II? And Darryl LaMonica, didn't he get picked off by Herb Adderley, the Hall of Famer? He sure did. So now we're comparing Derek Carr to Darryl LaMonica and DeMaurice Randall to
When was
Herb
Super Bowl
Adderley.
II?
That's okay. Super Bowl II. That was
When?
48 years ago. Not a math major.
I was born then.
Second quarter, Carr, Amari Cooper, who became the first Raiders receiver in a decade since Randy Moss to go over 1,000 yards in a single season.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He's had a solid rookie season.
Yeah, it's been a tough second half. But
Yeah, he's been chilling in the second half, though.
yeah. Hey, whoa, watch out for the little guys.
The little guy.
Hey, come on, careful with all the Sparkies. Come on, Clay. Look at him. Oh, that's great. That is funny. All right, third quarter. Carr looking deep for Cooper. Oh, he's got it again. Raiders actually take a 20-17 lead in the rain. Next Packers drive, though, Aaron Rodgers didn't have a big day, yardage.
You
but
know
he
what
does
was great?
hit James Jones.
They had a 2-man rush. That means you dropped 9 and you still couldn't stop it.
By the way, James Jones has to wear a hoodie even if it's 87 degrees out. I'm just convinced of it.
That's his thing now.
Now it's Carr, sacked by Julius Peppers. Raiders would have to eventually punt the ball. Packers had a field goal. They win it by 10. Once again, they haven't won the division, but they are in the postseason party.